Do you recall putting your penis in her mouth?
I don't.
Would you recall that if you did it?
If I did it, yeah. I didn't see her. I didn't see her
no
breast.
boobies?
I didn't see her breast. Absolutely.
Just asking. Do you have pubic hair?
Yes.
Well, I mean, some people manscape, as you call it.
Right.
You groom?
I groom.
Okay.
Yes.
Daniel Holtzclaw, a former police officer, made headlines after he was arrested for sexually assaulting 8 different women. The accusations against Daniel, claiming that he preyed on vulnerable women, were extremely embarrassing. Many of these women were African American and had previous criminal records. He's accused of abusing his position and forcing women to have sex as a police officer. On June 18, 2014, Holtzclaw had finished his shift and was on his way home when he stopped an unreported car. The unsuspecting victim was Jenny Lightjones, a 57-year-old woman who claims Holtzclaw sexually assaulted her during the stop. The next afternoon, Daniel reports for his daily shift at the Oklahoma City Police Department, but he is pulled over for questioning and subjected to a 2-hour interrogation. In Daniel's story, the disclosure eventually led to his arrest. The interrogation itself was intense and emotionally charged. The interrogators asked him every detail and made him explain his nefarious deeds and interrogated him until they were satisfied with the truths they heard. The tension in the interrogation room was palpable as Daniel tried to explain his actions and defend himself. In the end, this interrogation was an important part of the investigation that led to justice being served. Key details of this interrogation revealed the inconsistencies in Daniel's story, which ultimately led to the guilty man being punished for his actions. The incidents that happened in the interrogation room were a reminder of the destructive impact of sexual assault and the importance of reprimanding criminals for their actions. When Daniel was taken away and locked in a room, he realized that he was going to be interrogated. The main detective didn't waste any opportunity to prove his superiority and spoke frankly about his many years of service in the police force. Daniel felt uncomfortable because the detective's words were full of mystery and intrigue, and he didn't know what was going to happen.
You still ask me any questions if you have one.
Right.
Okay, don't be embarrassed of that.
Right.
Okay?
I think I'm already embarrassed.
Why are you embarrassed? Tell me why you're
It's a
embarrassed.
station deal, so.
Nobody. Well, I mean, there's rumors flying. I know. And we tried to do that as kind of quietly as we could. And that's why we took you up the front and stuff. But this is going to make the rumors go away.
Okay.
Okay? For you.
Right.
The rumor tomorrow is going to be on somebody else.
Right.
Does that make sense?
Okay.
So let's get them off of you and get them onto somebody else and get this over with.
The detective assured Daniel that he was fully aware of the rumors about him and was trying to solve them as soon as possible. The detective started the interrogation from the origin of the story and asked a lot of questions, and Daniel was prepared for what was going to happen. One of the first things the detectives wanted to know was about the car Daniel had created after his shift ended. Daniel could barely understand the situation because of the detective's tone. The tension in the interrogation room was palpable as the detective pressed Daniel for more information.
So I lighted up because at first the traffic violation I saw at first when it swerved. That was just west of Northeast 50th in Lincoln. And then made contact. It was a black female. Asked for license insurance. Stated that she didn't have insurance. Gave me an ID. At the time, I'm like, do you have a valid insurance or a valid license? She said no. I told her, I just got off work. I mean, what's the deal? You know, why are you swerving? And she says, I'm just trying to go home to Ann Arbor-ish on the northwest side to see your daughter or something like that. So I asked, is there anything on board as far as the vehicle? It's okay if I search your vehicle and whatnot. She said, the only thing that's inside there is a Kool-Aid cup. I'm like, okay, is there anything else inside there? She says there's pills. I'm like, is that the only thing? And then, so I said, you have permission to search your car? She says, yes. I go inside the car, I see a lot of pills. But,
what kind of pills?
I didn't really...
Like scattered pills or in a bottle?
She said it's hydrocodone pills, but I just quickly looked at it, and I think I saw her name on the prescription bottle, so I didn't...
Oh, so it was a bottle?
Right.
Okay.
There were several bottles in her purse. And then, so at that time, I just returned back to her. It's like, okay, I saw your pills. I didn't see any alcohol. I sniffed the drink, didn't smell any alcohol in the Kool-Aid. I'm like, okay, I'm just off work. I'm tired. Get your license taken care of. Just mine.
So she didn't have a driver's license?
She didn't have a driver's license, and I was just like, go to DPS, Department of Public Safety on King, get that taken care of, and cut her loose.
In his report of what happened before the stop, Daniel spread no detail. He talked about the pills he found on this woman and how she was operating a vehicle without a valid license. As the detectives listened carefully to Daniel's words, the atmosphere in the room became more tense. Daniel was calm and tried to give an honest report of what happened. The next question of the detectives to Daniel, which seemed harmless but was actually meaningful, had a more investigative tone. The detective asked Daniel with a sarcastic tone, "Do you always stop the cars after finishing your shift?"
Make traffic stops normally after work?
I don't, but in that case, I saw her swerve and whatnot, so I vision, whatever, but I felt like I needed to make that traffic stop.
Okay. How was she? Was she respectful? Was she
felt like she was nervous and whatnot, and I'm like, why are you nervous? And she was even crying. I'm like, why are you crying? Why are you nervous? Whatnot? And she's just like, I don't know. I'm just nervous because you're a cop and I got pulled over. Like, nothing you had to be nervous about. And I told her, I'm like, I don't really want to take you to jail for no STL or anything. I just got off work. I'm tired.
Daniel insisted that he behaved very politely and respectfully towards the woman and even let her go with a little warning because he was too tired to be persistent and fine her. The next question of the detective surprises Daniel and his slowly speed fades. The detective asks Daniel if he searched the woman and had physical contact with her.
When you put her in your car, did you pat search her?
When I came around, I was like, lift up your shirt. Is there anything on you? Anything as far as your waistband or anything like that? She said no. And then I put her in the vehicle and went from there.
Did your hands go on her?
I backhanded her on as far as the side.
Where on her body? Tell me. You backhanded
her waist, and back portion. I didn't touch her butt or anything, but the back portion of the waist. And then she lifted it up like right here. And there's nothing.
Did she lift it up like this?
No.
Okay. So she never, nothing exposed her breasts or anything like that?
She asked me if I was like, no, it's okay.
She asked you?
If you want to search me, I'm like, no, it's okay.
So she never, put her hands on the car and you...
No.
Okay. Where was she positioned or standing when you did the back of your hands on her?
Probably the front right fender of my patrol vehicle.
But was she facing you or was she turned?
No, she was facing away from me.
And you just kind of did it like this?
Yeah, back there, yes.
Okay. Did your hand go on her butt or anything?
No, that's what I was saying. It was the hip, the side, not the butt section.
What about right here?
No.
You didn't?
No, I didn't. That's why I asked to lift it up.
Oh, so she just kind of showed you her belly?
Right.
Daniel gave the detectives a full and detailed report of what had happened and told the detectives that he had done a very professional examination of the woman and had only examined the woman's back and sides. The detective pressed Daniel and asked Daniel if he inspected and touched the woman's upper body and breast, but Daniel was adamant that there was no need to inspect that part. When the detective asked Daniel whether the woman took off her bra during the inspection, the conversation changed unexpectedly. Daniel said that the woman offered Daniel to take off his clothes, but Daniel politely declines the offer. As they discussed the sensitive issue, there was a lot of tension in the room.
Said, you want me to show you? And that's what time I said, no, you don't need to do that.
She said she said she was doing this. When you said, is there anything inside your bra? And she was, well, no, I don't have anything like that. Did she do that?
Yeah, she did, but I didn't look or anything like that.
Right.
And then she was like, do you want me to show you? I was like, no.
She said when she said, do you want me to show you? You said, yeah, and she went, woo.
No, I didn't.
But could she have been, woo, flashing you? And now you don't want to tell me because you're afraid you're going to get in trouble?
No, when I told her no, I said no.
Then she didn't go, yeah, because sometimes drunk girls are,
Having a good time.
yeah, and
No.
partying down. And let's face
And
it, but you could have said no. But I'm asking you if she flashed you anyways.
I didn't see her. I didn't
You
see
see
her
no
breasts.
boobies?
I didn't see her breasts.
What about pants?
Nothing in her pants as far as I can search.
The interrogator's tone changed and became a bit more serious. He wants to know if Daniel is hiding something and if he's satisfied with the way the interrogation is going or not.
Do you recall putting your penis in her mouth?
I don't.
Would you recall that if you did it?
If I did, yeah.
Okay. Well, I think you really, in all honesty, you need to really double think about this. I mean, I gotta be honest with you, it doesn't look really good.
Sure.
Okay. And we just didn't pick you out. Okay.
Right.
But there's definitely enough here to bring you in here to start questioning you.
Right.
Okay. We knew you were on that stop.
Right.
We knew you were there.
Mm-hmm.
And we can watch a whole lot of actions being performed while you were there.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And that's why she was trying to give you every out on the whole booby thing.
Right.
Okay. Now, is there any reason at all, even from whatever angle, because, you know, it takes a little bit to clear up those videos.
Right.
But any reason why your penis would be out?
No.
Nothing?
Nothing.
The detectives' tactics changed because they wanted Daniel to feel uncomfortable. They hinted that they knew a lot about it and provoked Daniel to get restless and reveal more. Despite the efforts of the detectives, Daniel was determined in his claim that he was innocent. He kept his cool and refused to fall prey to their ironies and innuendos. Detectives insisted that even a momentary touch could be detected through DNA analysis.
It touched the inside of her mouth for 1 second, 2 seconds, 3 seconds. You gotta tell us now.
Look, there's a huge difference. There's a huge difference in between rape being forced
Mm-hmm.
and some old girl who wants it.
Right.
Okay, we've had plenty of that.
We get that. We know that.
Okay, but there is a big difference. Okay,
Right.
but I'm just saying, you know, these videos ain't helping, and we're gonna do the comparing and all that.
Okay.
Okay, but it's not looking good so far.
Okay.
Okay, and I don't want to see anybody go down. I'm not seeing any beating or anything like that.
Right.
The detective emphasized the seriousness of the situation and asked him to tell them if his relationship with a woman was not consensual and the woman was not satisfied with the relationship. After a long silence, the question of the detectives changed. The detective said there was a second woman who accused Daniel of sexual assault.
Let's switch up for a second. You had another girl. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
You probably not necessarily going to remember the name. Her name is Terry Morris. Okay. Black female. Supposedly you promised her a ride to the city rescue mission. Does this ring a bell?
No.
You did a traffic stop with her.
No. Name doesn't. I don't recall a name like that.
And she's claiming the same thing. The exact same thing. And here again, for whatever reason, things are pointing at you again.
Right.
Now this was before even this incident this morning. Traffic stop.
This morning.
Now this has been a little bit ago.
Okay.
This was here just a couple of weeks ago.
Okay.
Okay. Anything? Do you remember stopping?
I don't recall a name of Terry Moore.
How about black female downtown, city rescue mission? That's what I was trying to jog your memory.
I haven't been to a city rescue mission.
I didn't say you made it there.
Have you promised anybody a ride to the city
I
rescue?
haven't asked anyone to ask me to the city rescue mission.
No, she didn't have to ask you. Did you offer to take anybody to the city rescue mission?
No, I don't offer anyone because I don't like going there.
While the detectives continued to interrogate Daniel, he felt that he was under more pressure every moment. The intensity of the interrogation and the severity of their accusations had an effort on Daniel. Two women made several accusations against Daniel, and it turned out that detectives had a lot of information on the death.
Are you circumcised?
I'm circumcised.
Just asking. Do you have pubic hair?
Yes.
Well, I mean, some people manscape, as you call it.
Right.
You groom?
I agree.
Okay.
Yes.
So do I.
You got any identifying marks around your Penis.
I know.
Just a plain old penis, huh?
Plain old penis.
Plain old 14-incher.
I don't know how to say about that, but.
See, shut up. You just had your opportunity.
Detective probed Daniel more with questions that seemed like a joke at first, but in the end, it had a disastrous result. They looked for discrepancies in Daniel's story and tried to create a timeline of events. They took a targeted approach, writing down every detail and searching for clues. They would do anything to discover the truth, and Daniel felt very vulnerable under their watch.
You married?
I'm not married.
Girlfriends?
Here and there.
Kids,
No kids.
you're big. You on roids?
I've always been a big bone guy, football athletic.
You got more than big bones. You got big muscles
I work
too.
out all the time.
Do you?
I do.
Where do you work out?
At a 4-star gym.
You do all the protein
I
drinks and
drink
all
a
that
lot
stuff.
of protein.
That can damage your kidneys, just so you know.
For a short time, detectives took their focus off Daniel's charge to make Daniel feel more comfortable. They tried to distract from the main topic by asking irrelevant questions, but this was all part of their plan. After a short break, the detectives returned to their investigation and began to re-examine Daniel's story, and were looking for any contradiction or inconsistency.
Why'd you log off?
I always log off.
Aren't you supposed to stay logged on until you get home?
I always log off.
Do you keep your police radio on when you go home?
Yeah.
Okay, so you're listening.
I think I have my radio on, yes.
Do sometimes you turn them off?
Yeah, I do.
That's not good officer safety. What if you drive by an armed robbery?
That's true, too, yeah.
I mean, or what if you drive by an officer that needs backup, you're right
Sure.
there and you didn't hear it. So you always log off when you're done?
Majority of the time, yes.
Okay. When you bring her to the passenger side of the car, here's her car. I'm not a good artist either. And here's your car.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So you bring her over here.
The back, right.
Okay.
Passenger side.
Is this where you're having your conversation the whole time?
The whole time when I test to step out of the car, I'll always talk to him. Okay, be careful. I just quick pat you down. Why don't you just go ahead? Quick pat her down. Don't have weapons I felt or anything like that. I want to look at your shirt. About right there. There's nothing. Okay, keep walking. Still checking her out, making sure everything's good. So get inside the car, and that's when I proceeded to ask anything on
Okay,
board.
so she got inside the car.
She got inside the car.
Did you go get in the car and talk, or did you stand there with the door open and talk to her?
I think I did get inside the car for like a quick minute and just see what's the deal. It's just talking to her and whatnot. And that's the time where I think I smelled the alcohol just a little bit on her. But nothing before I didn't stay in the car forever and whatnot. I just talked to her for a quick, brief minute.
And then you went up and searched.
Yeah, I got consent to search the car, asking anything's on board. She said, juice. I was like, any alcohol in the juice? No. Anything else I should know about before I go inside the car? I want to find it. She said, pills. Okay, I was like, all right. I didn't ask her specifically where the pills were.
The female detective was very shrewd and made sure that nothing was overlooked. When he was putting more pressure on Daniel revealed that he was in the car with that woman the whole time. Daniels repeated that the woman was crying, but the detectives insisted that Daniels give them more details about the case.
Did she think you were going to shoot her?
Maybe. I'm like, what? And I even asked her, I think I asked her, what's the deal with you and cops? Do you have a bad run-in with a cop? That was it.
So you had to tell her,
That's like, calm down.
Did you ever say, I promise I'll let you go?
I did. I said, I promise I'll let you go. I'm not worried about no state driver's licenses or anything inside that car.
Did you tell her you're going to follow her home?
I did. But then when she took forever to turn around, I got annoyed and I was like, screw it, let's go. But I saw in the rearview mirror, and I saw her take 44 when I went northbound on Broadway.
Where did she live?
She said she was going to sister's house in Ann Arbor.
Were you really going to follow her? That's far.
I was gonna drift off, and I might really follow her, but I was just gonna drift off and okay, she's good to go. So I didn't think at first she was drunk. She wasn't over the legal limit.
Anyway, those pubes are going to be yours.
No, we're not. Please.
I know. We're going to test it. It just takes. Anyway, your skin cells are going to be anywhere on her mouth.
No.
Skin cells from your fingers.
No.
Did you touch her body anywhere other than with the back of your hand, pat searching her?
I just passed her, sure, that was about it. Didn't touch her face or anything.
You gotta understand, we've had so many people sat in that same chair that tell us all day long, I didn't do this, I didn't do this. They promise on their baby, on their mama.
Right.
They promise to God. And then they come right back. We get back these tests. And you can't get out of it, you know? I mean, once you kind of get basically kind of locked into something, there's no talking about it.
Right.
And that's why we would try to give a person every opportunity.
Right.
Because if the tests come back, you ain't coming back in here.
Because we have a woman that says about, basically being sexually assaulted.
Right.
Okay? And we're calling it by force and all that. Big difference between that and a hookup.
Daniel denied any sexual assault. Even despite his statements, Daniel stood by his words during the interrogation and didn't deviate from his story for a moment. But the detectives continued to pressure and didn't back down.
Run down through on her search of her breasts again. Exactly how that went, because even that and her pants.
Was she standing or sitting?
Patted when I got to the vehicle about right here. Said, can I search you?
More by the front door.
The front right fender. And then I patted her down, boom, boom, boom. Lift up her shirt right here. Boom, no weapons.
So you said lift up her shirt. Your shirt.
Yep.
What if she would have gone, whoa!
Then I would have told a supervisor or something. I'd be like, get that off my back. No, that's not what I meant.
You searched her with her, where was she facing you or facing away?
Facing away.
She's facing away.
Right.
And how are you seeing if anything's falling, if she's facing away?
If it would fall, I would see right there.
You'd see right there, but don't you usually have them turn face towards you and do a shakeout?
Officer safety, always have everyone face away from me. You can't see what you can't hit.
But you don't know if the weapon's there or anything?
As far as I quick pad search, I looked up your shirt, no weapons on board.
You made a mention earlier about her pants. She did what with her pants?
As far as that, it was in the back seat. Nothing. She had tight pants, and that's about it.
But how did you have her do it? Like a cursory movement around her belt line, anything like that, or any shake?
No.
Did you tell her how far to raise her shirt, or to do the shake with the bra? Anything like that?
I think she did the shake with her bra by herself. I didn't say to do any of that. As far as
she pulled out, going like that?
Yes, but as far as that's on her. As far as right here is when I told her to lift up the waistband.
But she was faced away from you the entire time that her chest was.
Right.
She was checking.
Right. Right.
So when she lifted up her shirt, her back was to you?
I think she was facing me, honestly, because I don't know, look at the front end.
During the interrogation, Daniel claimed that the woman didn't look at him and didn't expose anything like her breasts and upper body. He insisted on his words and insisted that nothing but pills and alcohol was found during the search of that woman. On the other hand, Daniel admitted to using OTC pro-hormone supplements, and then the topic of steroid use was raised.
It's called methadone.
Does it make you hornier when you're on that?
Supposedly, science says that it's supposed to increase your testosterone levels.
Do you
feel? Which in case, I guess, makes you more.
Wait, how long have you been taking that?
On and off for maybe a year.
So, do you think you want it more since you've been on that? I mean, if you're doing it once a day, that's a lot.
Plus jacking
I think. Plus jacking off.
For my age, I don't think that's a lot.
Okay. Was it that before you took this stuff?
Yeah, I think I have. I think that's probably why I'm the bigger guys, because I have higher testosterone. I'm an athlete.
And do you think you have a high sex drive?
Yeah.
Do you like oral sex? Normal?
I like it all.
You'll take it at heel. Do you prefer vaginal? Would you rather get a blowjob or do it in the hoo-ha?
Do it. Me? You take it in the
No, you give it in the hoo-ha or get a blowjob?
Detectives investigated the issue of steroid use and its efforts and didn't know if Daniel's behavior could be influenced by steroid use or not. Through Daniel's story, they went back to the events that happened during the inspection of that woman and looked for gaps in her story.
I didn't hear a lot of drunk questions, like how much
Have
did
you
you...
been drinking? Mainly it's just have you been drinking, try to get her confess. See anything inside that juice? No. Why are you driving so late at 2 o'clock? I don't know. Where are you going? Going to Arbor on the west side. Who are you going to see? Just trying to just talk to her. But,
Okay, right there, those questions maybe took 40 seconds. 15 minutes?
And you said 5 at the car. So then we got 10 of a lot of questions.
Right.
Okay. I mean, you tell me I wasn't there. I mean, obviously, I don't have any audio.
And that's what I'm saying. Roughly on a traffic stop, take about 20 minutes. It was the quickest traffic stop, about 15 minutes.
That's your quickest traffic stop?
No.
Okay, you're a slowpoke.
I take my time sometimes.
But you didn't write her tickets.
Didn't write her ticket.
You didn't write her.
Didn't write her.
You didn't even put yourself out.
Didn't put myself
How could you take 15 minutes on that?
Just talking. I must have been talking. So, that's it.
I can't see her wanting to talk if she's crying and asking if you're going to shoot her and all this. I don't see her being real forthcoming with conversation.
Daniel claimed that he had no contact with his girlfriend when he returned home because he was tired. So detective left the room and asked Daniel's girlfriend if they had sex that night.
As much as I don't want to involve her, Carrie goes to sleep pretty early, about 9, 10 at the late.
Okay, but she would know if you tried. I'm a woman.
I know.
And my husband comes home in the middle of the night and I'm like, are you kidding me? I've been asleep. You said you twirled around her vagina
I did.
and you put it in a little bit and then she said, I'm tired. No.
I did.
She would remember that to tell me.
Shoot. Maybe.
She said you did not try.
And it's more personal because it's Carrie, but I did try to. I did.
I don't know what to say. I mean, because it just looks like I just caught you in a lie. And now I don't know what to believe.
I'm telling you.
I don't know what to believe.
Okay.
Because you tell me this, I go to verify it. She tells me the opposite, and now I'm wondering what you're telling the truth about.
Maybe because she doesn't know what the heck's going on.
No, she doesn't. I didn't tell her.
And I'm glad, but detectives calling her, any other officer asking her a question like that.
I know.
It's maybe scary. And I don't want to involve her, but
She's involved
that's
because
my girlfriend. That's like
you need her involved for you.
right.
But now she's given the story that you're not giving.
I'm telling you, I tried to my girlfriend.
She is going to remember your weenie twirling around her hoo-ha. You remember that. I'm sorry, I don't care how much of a sleeper you are. You remember because it pisses you off in the middle of the night and you go, are you serious? Don't bother me with that.
Maybe you should call her and ask her if she's a deep sleeper. Because there's multiple times I've tried to do that. Multiple times we've had when she has pushed
Well,
me
you told
The detective followed this up by inquiring about any betrayal on Daniel's part.
you ever cheat on her?
No,
So it's only Carrie right now.
Carrie.
After interrogation, Daniel was placed on paid leave waiting trial and was required to hand over his uniform. A total of 36 sexual charges were brought against Daniel Holtzclaw, which included sexual assault, stalking, and similar cases. Daniel was accused of raping 8 women, but he was found guilty in 18 of the 36 charges against him. Daniel Holtzclaw was sentenced to 263 years in prison on January 21, 2016 for his convictions. Thank you for being with me until the end of this video. Please subscribe to the channel to be informed of my new videos. I'm waiting for your likes and comments about this case.